away from cold and feeling light, and listen to the music of the night. Sorry, if you thought that this video was going to be me singing Phantom of the Opera songs, not today, as much as I do consider that to be one of the greatest musicals of all time. Hi, I'm Janie Harringer from JH Law, corporate and commercial lawyer, and today's video is about phantom share schemes. So at the moment in New Zealand, we have quite record low unemployment rates. So we are hearing more business owners thinking about how do we reward, how do we retain, and how do we attract great staff, great employees. And that's where the idea of phantom share schemes can come into place. So before we dive into these phantom shares, are they really shares or are they just ghostly phantom shares? Well, before we delve into that, let's just take a step back and look at what it actually means to be a shareholder ordinarily, and that will tell us quite a lot. So at the basic level of being a shareholder, you get two things. One, you get income entitlements, and the other is voting rights. So income entitlement, that's when you hear things about dividends, profit shares. So if in that year the company has made a profit and the directors, subject to the Companies Act, any shareholders agreement or constitution, deem it appropriate to declare a dividend, it will do so and share the profits out to its shareholders. On the other hand, as shareholders, you normally, or your shares typically come with voting rights. So if you guys have been following JH Law for a while, you'll remember my resolutions video, and that's when shareholders step in to give their consent before directors can move on to specific major transactions of a business. So that's when shareholders get a vote. So as shareholders, you kind of get these two things. At a very general level, you get these two things. So with a phantom share scheme, you are giving your staff just the income entitlements, no voting rights, just the income entitlements. So some employees, they're okay with that, they are quite happy to be able to share in the profits of a business, and they do not feel it necessary to have a say in how the business is run, well, at least not yet. So phantom share schemes in effect can be quite useful for businesses who are looking to retain, attract and reward their staff. And of course there are some downsides to phantom share schemes, such as how will this affect actual shareholders and their actual dividends and their rights to how much of the company profit that they'll get. So those are things to take into consideration too. But for the purposes of this video, let's just keep it short. Phantom share schemes are essentially relatively easy to set up, to administer, and most importantly, they're easy to explain to your staff. You've got to sell it to them. And at the end of the day, the objectives of most share schemes for employees are to retain, attract, and reward them. But let's get in touch, let's have a proper conversation about what is the best employee reward system you should put in place for your business. So that's Janie from JH Law.